Hey guys, it's me, Mama Sue. You have found your way to my little old channel. I have changed the name. It is no longer Glam Goat. An era has gone by. Okay, this light's bothering me. It's bothering me. It's been Glam Goat since I started this channel many years ago. I know it's been around a while, but I feel like there's been a lot of changes and leaning in different directions, and I kind of feel like this name fits me a little bit better. I was going for Mama Sue, but of course that's taken, so Mama Sue loves pink. Hey, and I'm across my 3 socials. Mama Sue Loves Pink on Instagram, but it has like a little slash between each, you know, a bottom slash, underline, whatever, between each word. And on TikTok, I am also Mama Sue Loves Pink. So, you know, if you care to visit me there. It is so hot here, guys. I am just like, it's 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, like seriously, and it's already a million degrees. I have the fans on me. Of course, I just turned all these lights on. That doesn't help, and it's not just here in Florida. From what I understand, talking to other people, it's everywhere. Like everybody's either going through a drought or it's warmer than usual where they're at. So, you know, I don't know, we've been pretty good here for a couple of years. We've had a couple of summers that weren't bad, but this summer this is a definite triple digit summer. And when you add the humidity factor in there, I'm just glad I don't work outside anymore. Just really. Anyways, it's time for a mask. So get you a cup of tea or, you know, water, whatever. Grab your mask because we're going to mask up. We have a Lorella mask. Lorella is one of my favorites. Lorella, I gotta tell you the truth, their eyeshadow is good. Okay, their eyeshadow, it's not bad eyeshadow, but their other products, such as this, are like outstanding. I have back here somewhere. Ah, there it is. That mirror is from Lorella. Lorella has a lip oil that is why Lorella lip oil is what made me decide that lip oils are not just fancy lip gloss, you know. They have the best, in my personal opinion. Lorella is a great brand. Honey is it's revitalizing. It's got a lot of nutrition for your skin. It's moisturizing. I'm really, really happy. What do we say here? Moisturizing facial mask. It's a 20-minute mask, so there's that. We are going to be reading chapter 26 of Exodus. There's only 30 chapters in here, so I think once we get done with all 30, maybe we'll take a little break, do some empties, some other things, for a week or two before we get back into, oh, it begins with an L, the next book. At any rate, I'm gonna go put this mask on because y'all know the struggle is real. And I'll be right back. Alright, we got it on. These are really nice masks. Like, I forget because I, you know, kind of move around in my masks that I use. But these, they come with like a netting on them, which makes unfolding so much easier. So much easier. And today I decided to just leave that netting on it instead of taking it off, And so I've got the, you know, my silicone mask, the netting, and then the actual mask. I cut across here because that way my mask will fit under my eyes and along my eyebrows better instead of being pulled out. You know, it lays down better on that whole area. I don't know if I'm going to cut this or not. I left it because of the netting. We'll see. Meanwhile, let me find my glasses. Whew. So, I hope you all have been enjoying my my journey making nails. It's been so much fun. And just, I mean, makeup. I love my makeup. There will never be a replacement for my eyeshadow and my makeup, but there are so many different techniques and so many things that you can do with nails now. It's not your mama's nails no more. It's not just painting a color on and you done. There is so much more you can do, and yeah, I am expecting my first nail subscription box sometime this week, so we'll be having that kind of an opening. I'm excited. And getting into our Bible, chapter 36 in Exodus. Then wrought Bezaleel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man in whom the Lord put wisdom and understanding to know how to work all manner of work for the service of the sanctuary, according to all that the Lord had commanded. And Moses called Bezaleel and Aholiab and every wise-hearted man in whose heart the Lord had put wisdom, even everyone whose heart stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. So, you know, the Lord through Moses is calling you out, and even if you don't think you're good at something, if it's in your heart, God wants you to, God wants you there. Stirred him up to come unto the work to do it. You know, help. Hello, help out, lend a hand. And they received of Moses all of the offering, which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary, to make it withal. And they brought yet unto him free offerings every morning. So, we're making the offerings, we're readying the offerings, we're keeping the place where we make offerings clean, and then, you know, we are sanctioning the actual offerings every morning. And all of the wise men that wrought all the work of the sanctuary came every man from his work which they made. And they spoke unto Moses, saying, the people bring much more than enough for the service of the work, which the Lord commanded to make. And Moses gave commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the camp, saying, let neither man nor woman make any more work for the offering of the sanctuary. So the people were restrained from bringing. So there was evidently too much. There was an excess, which kind of sounds like there was waste. And so, you know, Moses said, like, well, let's not do that. And every wise-hearted man among them that wrought the work of the tabernacle made 10 curtains of fine twined linen, and blue and purple and scarlet. There are those colors again. with the cherubims. You know what cherubs are, right? With cherubims of cunning work made he them. The length of one curtain was 20 and 8 cubits, and the breadth of one curtain was 4 cubits. The curtains were all of one size. And he coupled the 5 curtains unto one another, and the other 5 curtains he coupled unto another. And he made loops of blue on the edge of one curtain from the selvage in the coupling. Likewise he made in the uttermost side of another curtain in the coupling of the second. 50 loops made he in one curtain, and 50 loops made he in the edge of the curtain which was in the coupling of the second. The loops held one curtain to another. And he made 50 taches of gold, and coupled the curtains one unto another with the taches. So it became one tabernacle. And he made curtains of goat's hair. Goat's hair would be, there's mohair. Oh, I can't remember the name of the other kind, but there are 2 kinds of goat fiber. Angora. One is a little rough and like more made for like rope and stuff like that, the goat hair, and the other is more soft and fibrous and more for like clothing and that sort of thing. Okay, so and he made curtains of goat's hair for the tent over the tabernacle. 11 curtains he made them. The length of one curtain was 30 cubits. 4 cubits was the breadth, and the 11 curtains were of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves and 6 curtains by themselves. And he made 50 loops upon the uttermost edge of the curtain in the coupling, and 50 loops made he upon the edge of the curtain which couples the second. Okay, I'm going to say something here. It's a little bit of a joke, but it sounds to me like they could have really used some bungee cords. And he made 50 taches of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. And he made a covering for the tent of ram skins dyed red. Okay, a ram being sheep. There's a difference between a buck is a goat and a ram is a sheep. That would be your male. So when they say rams, they're talking about sheep. Okay, and he made a covering for the tent of ram skin dyed red, and a covering of badger skins above that. Badger skin. Wow. And he made boards. Like, that's the first time I've heard so far in the, you know, not that they haven't done it and just not mentioned it, but pretty much every kind of skin that we've used has been from a prey animal. Badger is definitely an aggressive predator. This is the first time that I've heard of using the badger skin. Let's get back. Okay. And he made boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood standing up. The length of a board was 10 cubits, and the breadth of a board 1.5 cubits. That was some big trees now. Not that I know exactly what a cubit is, but you know, they're talking about making the curtains out of it. A cubit has got to be maybe like a yard. It's got to be a fair decent, you know. Okay. One board had 2 tenons equally distant from one another. Thus did he make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And he made boards for the tabernacle, 20 boards for the south side southward. Excuse me. Coffee. And 40 sockets of silver he made under the 20 boards. 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards. The sockets under one board. For his 2 tenons, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 tenons. I don't know what a tenon is. Google that and comment below, if you would, what a tenon is. T-E-N-O-N. And for the other side of the tabernacle, which is toward the north corner, he made 20 boards. And the 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, 2 sockets under another board. And for the sides of the tabernacle westward, he made 6 boards, and 2 boards made he for the corners of the tabernacle in the 2 sides. And they were coupled together beneath, and coupled together at the head thereof, to one ring. Thus he did to both of them in the corners. Okay, so that's how he like fastened them together. Losing the glasses. And they were coupled beneath and coupled together at the head thereof to one ring. Thus he did both of them in both corners. And there were 8 boards. Their sockets were 16 sockets of silver. Under every board 2 sockets. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the one side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle for the sides westward. And he made the middle bar to shoot through the boards from one end to the other. He overlaid the boards with gold, and made their rings of gold to be places for the bars, and overlaid the bars with gold. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet. There's those colors again. Okay, pushing up the glasses. I'm trying to sit up more, but it's not helping a whole lot. And he made a veil of blue and purple and scarlet, and fine twined linen with cherubims made he it of cunning work. Okay, I'm gonna say that cunning work would be like exquisite, maybe? I don't know. And he made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold, and he cast for them 4 sockets of silver. And he made a hanging for the tabernacle of purple and blue and scarlet, and fine twined linen of needlework. And the 5 pillars of it with their hooks, and he overlaid with the chapters and their fillets with gold. But their 5 sockets were of brass. And the reason that the 5 sockets were of brass is because brass is a little less soft. It's not as bendable as like silver and gold. Gold being really soft. I don't know, silver's pretty soft too. But I kind of wonder if, like, you know, even though they had the metal workers, what was their, just how clean could they get those metals? You know, how pure were they at that period? Did they have the ability that perhaps if the gold and the silver were not as pure as what we make them today for like jewelry, that they were not quite as soft then as they are now? Would be interesting. I don't know, just little crazy things that pop in my head, right? So we're making another tabernacle. I'm kind of confused. I don't know, did we See, this is one of those books. I'm going to have to go back and read this again. Or I do have a playlist where I can go back and just listen to you know, me reading it again. This is like the second or third tabernacle that we're building. So is it because we just have that many more people? Or is it because we have moved and maybe left some people behind, excuse me, for a community? And obviously they kept that tabernacle and, you know, then had to make another one. I don't know. Let me know what you think below. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't say really that they've been destroyed in any way, so I'm assuming that they've either been left behind, which doesn't make sense because they actually had devised a way to carry them. So they've either been left behind because there was a community that needed a tabernacle, or perhaps we've just, you know, I mean, it's been a few years now since we left Egypt, so the babies that were being born at that time are now, I believe, adults, so having their own babies. So we're probably having a little bit of a population going on. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Comment below. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm just I'm just thrilled for everyone to be here. A little bit of makeup, a little bit of nail stuff. I just got these. These are stamps where you actually, you have this little, you put the polish on there, you scrape it off, you take a stamp, and then you stamp it on your nail. So, and it's, in theory, should be simple, but a couple of groups that I belong to, ladies kind of make it sound like perhaps it's not quite that simple. And I do have a little Macari bag that we will be getting into. This was a really good seller. I need to look up her name so that I can give her a shout out, because she was really, really sweet. And until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing, wake up dancing, boom, boom, wake up dancing every single day. Bye-bye, and God bless you.